Alright, what is going on, guys? Crypto Mac here. I'm back. It has been nearly 2 years since I've done an update video on the crypto market. For those that are in crypto, you would know that we've been in a bear market for basically since my last video, which was April 2022, so about a year and a half ago. And I thought I'd give a update on the crypto market since the last month or two. A lot of coins have pumped and a lot of coins are looking pretty good. So I thought I'd do an update on a few coins. So I thought I'd make this video about Chainlink because this is one of the coins that has really excelled, especially the past month, seeing returns of over up to 150% just within just over 2 months. So very good returns. This is one coin that I did speak about a lot when I used to post videos, and I thought I'd do an update. So the main thing we could see was we had this massive sideways trend, which we saw with Chainlink, which was basically between about $9.50 and $5. This is really the accumulation zone. Personally, I did not accumulate any because I was quite uncertain of what was going to happen with this bear market, how low we're going to go. And I thought Chainlink could potentially break down out of this and go lower. So to be honest, I didn't actually pick any up. I did just hold from the previous cycle. I'm still holding my Chainlink. I think it is a strong project. And recently we've finally seen this outbreak, which is really good to finally have a move to the upside. And we can see we are hitting this level of resistance, which it actually went through and is currently holding support. We'll probably need to give it another week or two to see what happens at this level, if we're able to hold the support and move higher, or if we'll come back down. But this was clearly a key region around several key points here. One of the major things I wanted to speak about was this was pretty similar. This sort of sideways trend was very similar to what we saw back in 2018. So this was just after the all-time high where Bitcoin hit, I think it was 19,000 back in late 2017. And then we saw pretty much a sideways trend for Chainlink, which is very similar to what we saw here. And then after it broke out, it basically went straight up. So we can see here, like after it broke out, there was a 10x in a very short period of time, which I wouldn't expect Chainlink to do that at this price, but back then it was 40 cents, so it was able to do that. And I think that's a very similar move to what we've actually seen right here. You can see if we zoom in here, you can see there was a pump and then a little correction until it went one more time. And then here there was a pump, little correction, and again. Obviously, because the price is higher, it's a lot. It's not going to be as parabolic and reach the gains that we saw back in 2019 here. But one major thing to look out for is following this, there was a pretty decent correction, which was required. Obviously, after a coin does pump 10 times its current price, it's going to see a correction. And we saw that here with the 70% correction, still at a good level. And then again, you could argue there was a bit of a sideways trend once again here. And then finally, it took off and went up through the last bull market and performed very well. And then I guess another thing to note is at each move there was these corrections. So we saw another 150% correction pump, followed by the March 2020 crash, and then after it broke out again, there was quite parabolic moves. Again, we saw this same pump where it went high, come down a little bit, and up again. As I said, that's basically what we've seen right over here currently in the last few weeks. And then again, there was a correction, which we saw. So this was another 60% correction. So the point to that is what I'm looking at personally. And again, this is not financial advice, everyone. You please do your own research. But I am looking at getting an entry price into Chainlink. I think following this massive pump, it's not the time to buy. I don't think this is the right price. And as we see corrections must happen. And because we've seen from the bottom down here, I mean, a nice 150% pump usually will come with a correction. It's going to be quite reliant on how Bitcoin performs in the short term. But as I said, like I'm not a short-term trader. I try to look at good projects long-term and find good opportunities to dollar cost average into, and then ideally dollar cost sell as the coin does pump. So that's the main thing that I'm looking at. We can also look over here for Chainlink, and we can see the last bull run went for quite a while for Chainlink. If we look at the bottom here, this was to this point was it's exactly 1,000 days, so quite a long time of a nice bull run. And then as we came out of it, it was sideways movement until eventually we've started this uptrend again. And so the question is, how is this ascending channel going to play out in the future. I think we are early in this next bull run. I don't think it's even started yet. A lot of people are saying it's still a bear market. I would agree. I think we might not see big moves till potentially late 2024, even early 2025. So the idea is to get in early, to get your bags early, I guess. We can also look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's obviously hitting some resistance at this level. It's been performing quite well, again, without a real correction. As we can see, it's basically pumped, and then we haven't really seen a correction. So this is something that I'm looking at in the short term. As I said, I don't trade short term very much at all, but this is something to look at if you want to find an entry, I guess, into any coin. If Bitcoin does break through this, we can go higher. Alongside any news we get as well, that's obviously going to very much affect the price. This is something to watch. As we look at Chainlink Bitcoin, this is a pretty important chart because we can see once we hit the all-time high back in August, this was when Bitcoin hit its first all-time high as well. It was basically a descending channel right here. So Chainlink has been performing poorly against Bitcoin, oscillating up and down, obviously, but it's effectively a downtrend, and we finally broke out. So this was over 1,000 days of just a decline here, and finally a breakout. So this suggests that we may enter this upward trend for Chainlink against Bitcoin, which is nice to see. Again, you just want to be early to this and just keep an eye on it and see how this goes. So that's a chart to be watching. We also have Chainlink again against Ethereum. It's basically the exact same chart as the Bitcoin, a descending channel. We broke out. Here we had a sideways movement and then finally an uptrend. So because the idea is you want to make sure your altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum, otherwise there's no point holding them. You may as well hold those bigger coins. So seeing this breakout through this line of resistance is pretty important. The last thing to talk about is Bitcoin search history. So we can see Bitcoin still has a very low search history at the moment. There's not much interest in Bitcoin, it's at a similar level to around this period of time here, which is really just before the parabolic move started to happen for Bitcoin and the rest of the market. So this is also something that's very important. As we see these numbers increase, that's typically indicative of the market increasing in price. And it's basically the exact same in the Chainlink chart, where Chainlink really started to push around this time as well. So as we can see, there hasn't been too much. There's been a little spike, but not too much of a spike, which shows that we're just still early to this next bull run, which is all pretty exciting. So that'll pretty much cover up this video. I just want to do an update on the market, what I think is going to happen. And there's also a few other coins I want to talk about. FET has obviously performed very well. Rose is also a coin that I'm holding and has performed well the last few weeks. And I have a few other coins that I used to speak about. Rune Thorchain, one of them. That one has done incredibly well the past couple months. So if you have any coins you want me to look at, just let them know in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'd much appreciate it. I'm excited to start posting videos again and get this channel up and going, because I think the next 2 to 3 years are going to be incredibly exciting for crypto. I think there's a lot of money to be made, and I'm just excited to get back into it, and yeah, should be good. So let me know if you have any coins you want me to talk about, and I'll see you later, guys. Thank you.